lead the prayer, Miss Gonzalez. Good morning, class.
Good morning, ma'am.
Please have a seat and kindly pick all the pieces of paper under your tables and chairs. Sit properly and relax, alright? Okay, so may I request the class secretary, please write the names of those who are absent today and pass it to me right after our class. Okay, so how are you today? Did you eat your breakfast?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so are you ready for today's lesson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Before anything else, I want you to know first our classroom agreements. So, this is our classroom agreements. First agreement is listen attentively. Second, raise your right hand if you want to answer. And lastly, participate and cooperate in every activity. Are our classroom agreements now clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I am expecting all of you to observe always our classroom agreements. Okay, so before we will proceed to our discussion, let us know first our objectives for today's lesson. Kindly read our objective, Miss Eva La Rosa.
Objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students should be able to A. Know the roles of the participants in volleyball. B. Value the importance of knowing the role of each of the participants in volleyball and demonstrate the different roles of each of the participants in volleyball.
Okay, so these are the objectives that we are going to achieve right after our lesson. So our lesson for today is all about the participants in volleyball. Okay, so kindly read the brief definition of volleyball. Yes, Miss Patalan.
Volleyball. Game played by two teams, usually of 6 players on a side, in which the players use their hands to bat a ball back and forth over a high net, trying to make the ball touch the court within the opponent's playing area before it can be returned. A team is allowed only 3 touches of the ball before it must be returned over the net.
Okay, so basically, volleyball has 6 players who will play in a game. But in a match, a team may consist up to 12 players, plus the coaching staff and medical staff. So the location of the team is located beside the scorer's table outside the free zone. The players not in play should either sit on their team bench or be in their warm-up area. The coach and other team members sit on the bench but may temporarily leave it. So there is a standard equipment used by volleyball players as they play in a game. Can you name all of those? Yes, Miss Inario.
A player's equipment consists of a jersey, shorts, socks, the uniform, and the sports shoes.
Yes, very good, Miss Inario. The color and the design for the jerseys, shorts, and socks must be uniform for the team, except for the libero. The uniforms must be clean, the shoes must be light and pliable with rubber or composite soles without heels. So team leaders are both captains and coaches that are responsible for the conduct and discipline of their team members. Okay, so this time I will group you into 3 and you will be given a topic for you to discuss in front of the class, okay? Let's start counting from here. Alright, group 1 will be discussing the topic about captain. This is your handouts. Group 2 will be assigned to discuss the topic about the coach. This is your handouts. And the group 3 will be discussing the topic about the assistant coaches. Okay? And I will give you 10 minutes to prepare your report, and you may start now. Alright, time is up. I think you are now ready for the reporting. Okay, let's start with the group 1.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, we are the Group 1 and we are going to report about the captain. Prior to the match, the team captain signs the score sheet and represents his or her team in the toss. During the match and while on the court, the team captain is the game captain. When the team captain is not on the court, the coach or the team captain must assign another player on the court but not the libero to assume the role of game captain.
Alright, let's give a hand for the group 1. Okay, so their report is all about the team captain. Okay, so team captain has the highest rank among the team, yet has the big responsibility among other players. That is why it is important that the team captain has the personality that a team captain should have. Alright, let's proceed to the group 2.
Good morning, everyone. We are the Group 2 and we are here to report about the coach. Throughout the match, the coach conducts the play of his or her team from the outside the playing court. He or she selects the starting lineups, the substitutes, and takes timeouts. In these functions, his or her contact official is the second referee. Prior to the match, the coach records or checks the names and numbers of his or her players on the score sheet, team roster, and then signs it.
Excellent, Group 2. So let's give a hand for the Group 2. Okay, so the coach is a valuable professional whose job description is to improve the level of the team and all the individual players that comprise the team. That will ultimately be the best way the coach will help a player to realize her goals of playing collegiate volleyball. Okay, let's move on to the last group, the Group 3.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. We are the Group 3 and we are going to report about the assistant coach. The assistant coach sits on the team bench but has no right to intervene in the match. Should the coach have left his or her team for any reason, including sanction, but excluding entering the court as a player, an assistant coach may assume the coach function for the duration of the absence once confirmed to the referee by the game captain.
Okay, great job, Group 3. Let's clap our hands for the Group 3. Okay, so assistant volleyball coaches are responsible for supporting the head coach in managing a volleyball team. Okay, their duties include demonstrating game strategies, running drills, strength training, nutrition advice, and weight training. Okay, now that you already know what are the different roles of the participants in volleyball, we will be having an activity and I will group you into 3. So for your test, I will give you again the handouts that consist the information of the participants in volleyball. Then each group must create a scenario where the task given is portrayed. You can either perform a role play or just a demonstration. Just make sure that your performance is creative. And before we will proceed to your activity, let us first take a look at the rubrics that will serve as your guide in doing your activity. Okay, so first rubric, understanding of the topic, which consists of 40% of your performance. Next is cooperation, which consists 30% of your performance. And lastly, the presentation and proper execution of your performance, which total is 100%. Okay, so this will serve as your guide in doing your activity. So remember, you can either do a role play or a demonstration as long as you are making it with creativity. Okay, so group 1 will be assigned to report or do the activity about the topic captain, and then the group 2 will do the topic coach, and then the group 3 will do the topic about the assistant coach. Okay, so I will give you 15 minutes to do your activity and you may start now. Time is up. Good job, everyone. So let's give a hand to all of you. Okay, alright. So that ends our discussion for today's lesson. And I hope that everyone have learned about the participants in volleyball. So that soon, if you will be given a chance to join a volleyball team, you can be able to easily cope up with the environment. Okay, any questions?
None, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for participating in our class today. Goodbye, class.
Goodbye, ma'am.